gutter, the wrong side of the tracks. Yeah, we come up from the gutter, the wrong side of the tracks. You know the music brought us out, babe, and we ain't never been back.
My name is Autumn, and I'm from Cedar Falls, Iowa. I'm 27 years old, and yeah, here at Back to the 50s, we've come up here about every year since I was born, practically. So I had to make the trip again this year, and I was really excited they were doing Rising Routers for the first time, because it's cool that they're recognizing some of the younger people who bring their vehicles here. So yeah, my dad found it on Facebook. I think they posted it on the MSRA Back to the 50s page. So yeah, saw it on Facebook, and I hunted them down this morning, and I was like, what's the deal? And they were like, you can bring your truck over here and park it. And I was like, okay. So I did. Got a 1941 Ford pickup. It's mostly 1941. It's kind of a Frankenstein, at least that's what we call it. So it's got lots of parts from lots of different things, but it's 1941 Ford pickup. And the whole engine, everything, the drivetrain is all out of a 94 Camaro. So it's fun to drive. And we drive it. That's kind of the whole deal. This one isn't really necessarily a show truck. It's meant to drive, so that's what we do. But yeah, it's of course a work in progress, but I think they all are. So me and my dad pretty much built it from the ground up. It was one of those things where he kind of had it sitting around for the longest time, and when I was a kid, he'd say, you know, this one's going to be yours. And so then over the past probably decade-ish, we spent some time on it, really dedicated some time and money to get it up and running. And I think this is the 4th year we've had it up here now. My dad kind of got me into all this stuff. I think, you know, my mom's dad, he was super into cars, and she was into cars and met my dad, and it's kind of a whole family deal. So that's how we got into it. But yeah, I'm really fortunate too, because, you know, my dad, he really let me hang around the shop a lot and answered all my annoying questions that I'd always ask, and so that's kind of how I learned all this stuff, and he really helped encourage me to get into it as much as I am, so very lucky that way. My first classic, yeah, yep. Yeah, I have another project one that's not old enough to get in here, but I have an 85 square body that I'm going to work on next, so that'll be the next thing. Like I said, it's a Frankenstein, so it's made out of a lot of different things. I'll start with the engine, my favorite part. It's a Chevy engine in a Ford truck, so we say it's built Ford tough with Chevy stuff. Not a lot of people like that, especially the Ford guys, but yeah, so like I said, it's a LT1 out of a 94 Camaro. So yeah, small block, 350. Let's see, I'm trying to think of anything interesting there. It's kind of a lot of motor to fit in such a small engine bay, so we kind of had to squeeze it in there. For instance, the air filter is pretty small right now. I want to get a bigger one, but there's not a lot of space. I'm thinking of going up over the top instead with it, because that air filter is just off a motorcycle right now. And yeah, I think yeah, he had to do some custom stuff there. We had the engine in and out of this probably 5 times at least, trying to get it where we wanted it. And finally it's sitting back far enough that we had enough room for the radiator and the fan. Pretty custom up front for sure, pretty custom everywhere. Lights themselves are aftermarket, the chrome around them. I don't know where he found those. They were lying around somewhere, but they're more time period accurate than the lights themselves, of course. Yeah, not a lot of people notice those because they look like, you know, like a Goodyear tire or whatever. But we got these stencils from Cletus McFarlane, the YouTuber, yep. And so yeah, hell yeah, brother. Shout out to Cletus. But yep, so, yep. I don't know what else to say about those, but thank you, appreciate it. Glad you noticed. So we made the seats ourselves out of sheet metal, dimple dyed them, and then Dad just got some chain from like Napa or whatever, and we welded that around the edge. If you want to take a closer look at some point, you're welcome to. The cup holders are exhaust adapters as well, so we just kind of really cobbled it together. I'll also mention that right there is the heater out of it's like the original heater, and we took all of the stuff out of it so that I use it for storage now. And then, yeah, so it's another heater too that's covering the shifter. That's a heater out of some 30 something, I don't know. The transmission's out of the Camaro too. It's, yep, so, yep, automatic, which is good. And then, yeah, we just put gauges in there this past summer. Not this summer, but the last one. Before that, I was using a little thing up on the dash. But yeah, gauges are really nice, Dakota Digital. I'm really happy with those. I do have air conditioning and heating from Vintage Air. That turned out really good. It comes in handy, especially the defrost for you know, when it's raining and stuff. But we have cushions for long drives. Everybody always says that, say, oh, it makes my back hurt just looking at them, but we have cushions for longer drives. So yeah, it's actually just primer right now. But I like the flat black look, so that's kind of what I'm sticking with. It's a little bit rat roddy, but not quite. Yeah, just flat black primer. That's what my dad does, is he has a body shop, and so he sprayed it for me. And you can actually, he'd hate that I'd show you this, but when it was still a bit tacky, he put his hand on there. But I kind of like it. It's fun to have his fingerprints on it, because in reality, his fingerprints are all over it. So that's pretty custom too. I didn't mention it before, but the whole frame, it's like a 47 frame or something random that we had to modify a lot. And so to kind of make the bed work, we raised the bed floor up a bit. And so then we were able to make it work with some extra storage here. So that's kind of some space that we saved. And then just to not have the gas tank behind the seats, because I think that's how it originally was, is with the gas tank behind the driver's seat. We moved it, it ended up working out back here. So this is where I fill it up at. It's, just twist this off and that's how you do it. But yeah, so my dad made that too out of sheet metal, and I helped. He gets mad when I say he built it, but he did most of it, and I was just kind of there helping. So I learned a lot though, and that's what matters. I think I'm gonna stick with the matte black. Even if we do paint it, I think I'd paint it like a matte black basically, or a flat black or whatever. Oh, I always like to point out these. It's such a small thing, but I wish more people would do this on their trucks. Right back here, it's just an empty space. It's always an empty hole right there. So we got some lights that they make to put in there.
Are they brake lights?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, they actually light up and everything. So yeah, I don't know, it's hard. You know, like I said, I'm in Cedar Falls, and there's a car club in the area, and I ended up joining that just because I'm into it, you know, and I figured why not. And it's mostly me and a bunch of old guys, but I mean, they're great, and they really are welcoming. You know, I think that the car culture can seem a little bit like standoffish sometimes, but I mean, once you really start to talk to people and like get them to open up, they welcome you with open arms. So at least that's been my experience. So I don't know, I think there's a real effort in the car community to start including younger people. I think this is a great example of that, the Rising Rodders. So the more outreach, the better, and I think we'll be able to keep it alive just fine. That's my hope. Ask a lot of questions. That's what I would say. Like I said, that's how I learned most of my stuff. Is my dad made me feel like I wasn't stupid if I asked a lot of questions, and it doesn't matter what I don't know. Ask questions and know it. You know, like that's the only way you're gonna learn, is to really ask questions to understand. So that's my best advice.
Here we come up from the gutter, wrong side of the tracks. You know the music brought us out, babe, and we ain't never been back. 'Cause we went city to city, all around